they'll always get a 2-for-1, and you don't care about player level 3 in any way. So I'm glad I got through that one. So 5-0 at this point. Oh shoot, don't want that. Computer hard. Alright, Uterra versus Uterra. The best strategy here, I think, is to go with a buff strategy. Wow. That's pretty lame. I really don't want to level a Prowler in this matchup. I guess if I play the Prowler lane 3, he'll become a 7-1. If I play the Packmaster, he'll become an 8-2 breakthrough. 8-2 breakthrough is not awful. He would kill 2 cards, which might make up for the fact that he's a Prowler in later game. I guess I could try to swarm the field as well, like I did against the Aloyan deck. Since the Uterra deck has a bunch of small creatures at first that like to get buffed up, like the Dryad and the Delver, I could easily overpower them with things like Prowler. The alternative is to play Toxic Spores. If I play Toxic Spores on the Delver, it'll get 1 attack on me. It'll be a 6-6, go to 6-3, and 6-0. So it'll get 1 attack for 6 damage on me. And I think I'm more inclined to do that, actually. So I'm gonna let the Spores do its work. And drop the Packmaster. That's really painful. But, and not much better hand. Growth Huntresses are okay, but... Okay, that's really annoying. Now the question is, do I want to throw something under the bus of the Delver for just to avoid 7 damage, or do I just want to take 7 and let it die? And I think I'm just gonna let it die. I want to get a board advantage. I don't really care about anything otherwise. I could play a Stag to block the Growth Hunters, and it'll mitigate some of it. I don't know if I need all the Growth Huntresses leveled, though it would certainly be helpful. Particularly when I have a Toxic Spores leveled anyway. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Stag here. I guess I'm gonna go for more late game with Toxic Spores and Stags. I've actually had a game to go to player level 11 with Uterra versus Aloyan, playing Stags and Toxic Spores. And yes, player level 11 is actually turn 44, not just like turn 11. The other thing I'm gonna do is probably the Growth Huntress to buff the Packmaster. Well, that would probably be a bad idea. Anything that blocks the Packmaster will kill it in the Uterra deck. So buffing the Packmaster to 7 health, which will go down to 3, is not really worth it. Likewise with the Stag, so I'm just going to have the Growth Huntress buff itself. Ooh, Sharp Light Delvers. I like Sharp Light Delvers. And I'm very happy to kill a Packmaster in one shot. I'm not happy about trading with the Delver with something. Don't really have much of an option though, so Delver's lanes 4 and 5. And there's my Echo Wisp. Yay! It would have been very saddening if I did not get to play my Echo Wisp. I even get to play my Dryad before so. Close right Stag's getting there. And now either the Delver or the Dryad's going to survive. So, I'm quite happy about the situation. So I can't kill the Packmaster with the Echo Wisp. Grove Huntress's buff is not enough. So I think what I do is play a Grove Huntress to buff the Dryad. And then Echo Wisp lanes 4 and 5 post-combat. The Packmaster will trade with my Echo Wisp anyway at that point. There's nothing he can do to stop that as Uterra. It would be pretty nuts if he played a bunch of Grove Huntresses to buff it. Okay. That is probably the most absurd thing I've ever seen, since the Uterra Packmaster could have traded with my Echo Wisp, and then played his Echo Wisps. I've actually never seen this new computer hard actually do something that's just purely idiotic, something purely stupid, other than play Bright Steel as your first play for the turn, and then a second robot. But I'm completely fine with what it did. I'm not going to complain. So yeah, we'll drop the Delver. It doesn't really matter because it's going to die anyway. But it's a really big Spring Dragon 1. Considering it's just a Spring Dragon 1. Yeah, we're definitely. Oh my gosh! That was painful to watch. Wow. That's impressive. I think the best bet here is to Packmaster and Grove Huntress to buff the Delver. I do not want that Dryad to live. That would be a mistake. Originally, yeah. Yeah, that's... wow. On the list of things that you don't want to see in the Uterra matchup, that's really high up there. Fortunately, I was in a pretty favorable board position before that happened. But if I wasn't already ahead on the board state, that was game. That's also rather annoying. But now I've got the better board state already going into my turn, and I've got a Dryad with same level of health. So, looking pretty fine at this point. And Echo Whispery. Beautiful. Hopefully he doesn't Echo Whispery here. Or another 5 Packmasters. For whatever reason. So I think I'm going to Echo Wisp and then Roar. Question is, do I Echo Wisp over the Ravager before combat, after combat, or at all? If I do it before combat, it'll allow me to roar before combat as well, which doesn't really matter at that point. But if I do it after combat, then I need to play the Echoes before combat, which means I won't get a choice regarding overriding the Ravager. So I can't like attack and then replace the Ravager with the Echo Wisp, because then the Dryad doesn't get the buff before combat. Because I'm not going to play another creature this turn other than the Echo Wisp. I'm going to play the Roar to buff everything. And I don't want to play the Roar before I play the Echo Wisps. He is at 33, so I think as long as I need to plan on getting 3 Echo Wisps through, or a Spring Dryad. With that in mind, I think I overwrite the Ravager now, and then Roar. All the Echoes will have 11 attack, which means 3 will kill him, and the Dryad will also be lethal in itself as well. Which means he can block up to 3 guys, and also have, or up to 2. If he only blocks 2 guys, I have lethal. That's the plan. So, let's see how that works. Wow. Seems good. Seems wonderful. Yep. That happened. Well, that's a lot of Echo Wisps. I really want to be playing Necreum right now, like a Necreum Uterra deck with Grimgaunt, just throw Grimgaunt 3 as lane 1. Like, that would just make my day. Like, I'd be a really happy man. But, I'm going to play the Growth Huntress in lane 1, obviously. Question is, what do I buff? Do I buff itself and go for lethal with the Growth Huntress? Do I buff an Echo Wisp so the Echo Wisp survives? Toxic Spores is pretty useless, because regardless of what happens here, the Brawler is going to die. Not by Spores, either way. And all the Echo Wisps are going to die anyway. Even so, I think I'm going to play the Growth Huntress post-combat and maybe even buff the Dryad. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that route. Go into Toxic Spores the Prowler in case something really funky happens. Go to combat, everything dies. We'll go with the Spring Dryad. A really big level 1 Spring Dryad, not by virtue of its own. That's really obnoxious again. Okay. So I can Growth Huntress and Delver, which will give it +5/+5, which is enough to kill the other Spring Dryad, which is the best bet considering, well, it's a Spring Dryad 3. And Spring Dryad 3s are really dangerous. So we're gonna go with that route. And I get my own Spring Dryad 3. Excellent. A Roar, followed by Hunting Pack. Okay, so apparently the computer is just really bad at playing Uterra, I think. Wow. That was an interesting move, to say the least. I really don't want to block the... Actually, I'm not going to block the Dryad. Why would I do that when I'm this far ahead in life and board position? Just playing into lanes and kill them. Just playing at this point. They're both almost lethal. We got an Echo Wisp anyway. Of course, you can draw an Echo Wisp here as well. Which is sad. Good. Let's see here. Can I kill him? I cannot. So, I think the play here is to go ahead and stag lane 1. And then Echo Wisp. Probably post-combat. Yeah, post-combat Echo Wisp, replacing my stag. And that's going to be lethal unless he pulls out another... Okay, Hunting Pack would have done it. He pulled out a ton of them, but that's fine.